everyone! We are live! Very happy to be with you today. I have been away for a little while, but I'm excited to come back and share what I have been up to. So today in particular I wanted to talk to you about the fundamentals of practice and how you can get better in as little as 10 minutes a day. I've had a bit of an ear infection since Friday, so I feel weird talking, so let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. It'd be great. So I can see people coming in. Hello. Right, so let's dive in. So a lot of people, I've been talking to a lot of lovely people who want to learn canoeing, or those who have started their canoeing journey, and there seems to be this assumption that I can't see people here, so I'm just going to double check on my computer. Oh no. Hi, can you let me know if you can see me and hear me okay? I can see people coming in. Hi, welcome. So, yeah, so I was just saying that I was talking to a lot of people, and there seems to be this assumption that you need to give up your life in order to become better at playing canoeing or playing any instrument. But obviously I'm a canoeing player, so I'm going to talk specifically about the canoeing, but what I am about to say will be applicable to playing any instrument and to practicing any instrument. So I started teaching a lovely homeschooling dad of 3. He's a champion, isn't he? And hi Musbah, welcome. And he was like, you know, Maya, I really love to learn canoeing, but I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. Just make it, whatever you're going to tell me, just make it doable and make it quick and make it really concise. So I have been really brainstorming and trying to find ideas to help him really get results in a condensed period of time. So a lot of people are going to find that this is a strange statement, that you cannot possibly get better in as little as 10 minutes a day. But trust me, bear with me, stay with me. You're going to find that it works. It worked for my students, and it works for me, and it works for anyone. Obviously, disclaimer, if you want to spend more than 10 minutes, be my guest. If the 10 minutes will turn into an hour, and if the hour will turn into a day, if the day will turn into a week, fantastic, amazing. Just keep going. But you can just, at least as a first step, you can start with 10 minutes a day. So I see a lot of people who practice a lot, but they don't get better. And if you're wondering why, then it's because they don't practice correctly. They just don't. And you'd find, I mean, perhaps if you play an instrument, you find yourself doodling away, and you know, perhaps you spent like even an hour of your time, and then you thought, oh, okay, I'm done, I'm just gonna go. But you really didn't find that improvement that you have been looking for. Yeah? Sounds familiar? Let me know if that resonates with you. So yeah, so now I'm about to share with you the fundamentals of practice, so you too can get results, okay? And have fun, you know, because it's supposed to be fun. You're playing, playing canoeing. But there are several things that need to be in place for you to have fun and get better. Okay, ready? So, number 1, the first step for you to hey Carlo, the first step, and hi Musbah, hello. The first step for you to become better at practicing is to ritualize it. And what do I mean by that? I mean by setting a corner in your home, you know, setting a certain time and place where you always do your practice. Because guess what? We humans are creatures of habits, and you know, if you do not, the more you ritualize something, you know, the more you make it into a habit, the higher the stakes of it becoming consistent and sticking, you know, because you're obviously trying to introduce something new to your life, and I mean, this is behavioral psychology, it's not me. One of the best ways that you can do that is to dedicate a certain time, whether it's like a small corner in your room, that's your practicing room, and a certain time where this is practice time. I do that with my students. My students have been I have been organizing them in practice pods, and they practice together, through Zoom. Yeah, and they do the same thing every day, 5 days a week. And I mean, their progress is just amazing. If you like watch their videos in the beginning and their videos now, and you just like, you know, it's earth and sky. So ritualize it, make it a ritual, okay? So dedicate a time of the day and a place in your home where you can practice. Obviously, if, you know, life comes up and you can't stick to that, it's fine. But try as much as you can to have that bubble, you know, practice bubble for yourself, yeah? So that's number one, to ritualize your practice. Number two is to structure your practice correctly. I mean, I see so many people who just doodle, you know, just like, okay, I'm just gonna practice, so I'm just gonna repeat this piece of music. Say I'm working on Sama'i Bayat al-Aryan, I'll just play it from beginning to end, and that's my practice. No. You know, if you want to get most of your practice, you need to structure it. You need to structure it in 3 parts. And please pay close attention to this. This is super important, okay? So the first part of your practice needs to be warming up. And what do I mean by warming up? So warming up is something whenever you're not playing, you know, a melody per se, perhaps you're playing scales, and the aim of warming up is to build strength, to, you know, focus on your posture, and also to you know, work on to isolate any licks and tricks that you're working on. So, for instance, one of the things that I do every morning is this. So I work on my right hand. And I have like a fixed number of like a fixed number of times that when I repeat it. It can be 6, it can be 10. So I'll do it with the right hand, and then I'll do the same thing with the left hand. So see, I'm isolating, because also this helps with bridging the gap between both hands, because I'm right-handed. My right hand is multiple times stronger than the left hand, and therefore it's going to be harder for me to do anything with my left hand. So I will just work on my left hand as well as my right hand, and then I'll do something together. So see, it's just skills really that that helps strength. You know, it's like, you know, an athlete who does their warm-up. They just need to do the things that might not be as attractive, but they're so essential to building strength. And while I'm doing this, I'm observing my posture. I'm looking at my hand and I'm thinking, okay, so is my sound good? Is my sound clean? Is my, you know, hand tilted, or is my index falling on my string like a hammer? You know, so as I'm doing those exercises, I'm really zoning into my posture, and then I'm just sort of observing myself, because it's very hard whenever you're immersed in playing. It's very hard for you to really catch yourself, and the time to really focus on your posture is whenever you're doing what I call my morning exercises. Yeah. And the last part of the first, so we're still in the first part of the practice, is when I focus on learning or improving any new lick and trick. So for instance, if I'm practicing my vibrato, I'll just do my vibrato. that can be on any scale that I like, okay? So this is, if you're doing it in 10 minutes, then this will take around 3 minutes, okay, of your practice time. And then the next part of your practice would be working on something that you already planned. A lot of people go into practice and they just doodle, you know, it's like, yeah. But you need to have a plan before you sit, before you put your canoe on your lap or in your stand. You need to know what you're going to be working on. If it's the taqsim, if it's learning a samai, you know, learning a piece of music, you just need to know what you're doing before you do it. So whenever you're sat down, you just have, say, 6 minutes of your 10 minutes practice just dedicated for that. So say if I'm practicing Samai Ibrahim Aryan First Khana, I'll just work on that. That's it. So say I'll just and I'll really hone into the details, yeah? So this is the second and the biggest part of practice, and a lot of people make the mistake of not setting their practice intention before they sit down, and the time passes and you just end up doing nothing, which is a massive mistake, especially for people with no time. You just need to get that in place. And lastly, how you would end your practice. You would end your practice by having something fun. So for that, we spent 3 minutes on the first section, which is posture, scales, working on isolating any licks and tricks. Then the second and the biggest part of your practice is when you work on your project, whatever project you have. And then the last part of your practice is having something fun. So perhaps you're gonna just basically mess around. It's fine to mess around with the canoe, you know, just like, I don't know, just experimenting with different unusual things to do. Like for instance, just seeing how this sounds if I do, you know, like very interesting glissandos, or perhaps just like my student was, she was like, she learned canoe to play for her cousin. That was her first motivation, you know. She was like, I just want to learn how to play and something else for Feiruz, and she ended up, you know, just, you know, being way further down the line and playing samayat and recognizing the maqamat and all of that, which was amazing to watch. So one of the things that she has been doing, she has been like trying to find the notes for a song that she likes. So she sent me a video of fun for her, and she had like a big massive smile on her face, and this is how she wrapped up her practice. So it is important to have the structure but also the fun. So number 3 for having, you know, successful practice framework that helps you become better as well as having more fun is to have it in a consistent basis. Yes, you need to do it every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And that's how you become better. And if you can commit 10 minutes, amazing, fantastic, wonderful. If you can commit 30 minutes, wonderful. If you can commit 5 hours, amazing. If you can commit a day, why wonderful. There's no judgment as to any like amount of time that you dedicate, as long as you do it consistently. That's all. That's all. Okay? So I know today was a bit more talking and getting in your head. So I hope that you found this helpful, and if you want more of this and to hear more about how to get better in, or even start your journey with Kanoon and have more fun, then I invite you to sign up to my next masterclass that is happening this Sunday, so 26th of July at 8 PM BST. Yeah, it will be loaded with goodies. It will be really, really, really amazing. I'm so excited to be delivering this masterclass. It's the second one and the last one that I've done one earlier in February, and that's the last one I'm doing this year. So if you want to improve your Kanoon playing, or even start your Kanoon journey, then I invite you to sign up. You don't need to have any background in music theory. You don't need to be of any age. I thought that all of these things are irrelevant. All that matters is that you love the Kanoon and you want to learn, or you want to improve. So the link to sign up to that is kanoonsecrets.com/masterclass. So yeah, it's happening this Sunday, so I'd love to see you there. So again, just to go back to basically to summarize, the fundamentals of practice that helps you become better and have fun along the way are these three elements. Number one is that you need to ritualize it, meaning that you need to have your practice at the same time and the same place, okay? To create that neural pathway in your brain and, you know, to become more comfortable with that. Number two is to structure your practice the correct way. So the first part of your practice needs to be focusing on your strength, your posture, and isolating any licks and tricks. Don't try to learn anything within the context of a performance. It doesn't work. You need to isolate it. And then the second and the biggest part of your practice would be where you're working on your project, whatever your project it is. You know, if it's like learning a certain piece of music or working on your taqasim. And then lastly is to have a tiny bit of time at the end where you just mess around and have fun. Yeah? Sounds good? So, that brings me to the last element, and one of the most important ones to ensure that you make progress is consistency. Is that you need to do it every day, even if it's 5 days a week. That will create a lot of momentum for you on the long run. And yes, 10 minutes a day creates results, and my students are proof that it works. So again, guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed this, and again, I hope to see you at the masterclass on Sunday. Again, the link to that is kanoonsecrets.com/masterclass. I will see you again very soon, and I'm sending you lots of love.